when they trade with AD and Luka, man. Luka Magic. Damn, I ain't got my head.
You mean Luka Bird?
I call him Luka. He's Luka Magic the way he passed the ball, but that's Baby Bird. He's the modern day Larry Bird, bro.
That's why I don't. That's why I said if he's gonna be Baby Bird, it makes no sense to put him in the category with Magic.
But he can pass that ball like Magic, though.
So I mean, Bird was an assist man too. What the hell you mean?
You right, he was, but I'm gonna call him. He's the modern day Larry Bird, though. He's the closest thing to Larry Bird I've seen. He said he can't shoot. He can't shoot that shit like Larry was motherfucking shooter though. He can shoot, but I feel like Larry may be a better shooter, maybe.
The difference is between them two is that Larry Bird is a better free throw shooter than he is.
Okay.
Now that is factual.
Hold on. Let me look that up right quick. Let me fact check this.
Larry Bird has shot a 50-40-90 quite a few times in his career. Shit, the 50-40-90 shit was instituted because of him.
Okay. Oh yeah, he was an 88.6% shooter. Luka like a 69%. I remember he is a mid free throw shooter, very low for a superstar.
Exactly my point.
Who you think better, Larry or Luka?
Living legend, Larry. What? Hold on, 3-time MVP in consecutive seasons? Yeah.
What about that bad finals Larry had? What about that now?
We can say the same shit about Luka.
We can. Okay, this is the one I've been meant to ask you for a while though, big baby.
What?
This one. Is Steph Curry? What the question? Oh, hold on, right quick. This is one I've been meant to ask you. I ain't see you on here in a while. You been ghost, man. Is Steph Curry a generational talent or a player who worked hard to become great?
I think he's both.
Can you be both? Is that possible?
Yes, you can't be in order for you to be a generational talent, you have to sit there and do the second part. That second part that you just mentioned. There's no way around that.
Okay.
You gotta put in hard work to become a generational talent.
That's true. I mean, everybody put in the work. I mean, the LeBrons, the Kobe's, the KD's. I mean, all of them put in the work though. Eventually, I mean,
granted, the way that Steph is, he's made it more relatable for people who is 6'3" and shorter to feel relevant.
But what about AI? Is AI generational talent? First overall pick, or he's just worked his ass off?
Nah, he was both. He was also another player that sit there and made it possible for short people to sit there. AI had that bounce.
Wait a minute. AI is only not that short. I mean, NBA height, but if AI walked through a restaurant door, he had super long arms though, bro, and long legs for 6'1" or 6 feet. Yeah, I think he was 5'11". I think he was 5'11", maybe 6 feet.
Yeah, but the thing is he had that bounce.
Yeah, he did. Who was better though, AI or Steph though, bro?
Like
that's a good one, right? That's a very good one, man.
Honestly, the way it's going, like AI was more. I'm gonna crush you up. I'm gonna take you to the rack, and I'm gonna score 50 on you. Steph is more of, okay, cool. I'm gonna sit there and make this shit look pretty, and then score, and then still yet score 40. Like,
do you feel like
Steph
go ahead, finish what you're saying.
Steph makes it look pretty. He makes it look, I'm gonna dance with you, boop boop boop. I'm gonna run around the screen, cut the other way, hit a three. Like, Steph is lethal when he's on the ball, but he's more lethal when he's off the ball.
Right. He's a mixture of Reggie Miller, and he can run off screens like Reggie Miller and can shoot that bitch. But this is the I ain't want to miss this question too. If you had to put Steph on that 2001 team where AI was on, do you think they could have went to the NBA Finals that year?
Absolutely not.
Why not? And why why don't you agree with that, big baby? Talk to me. Talk to me now. Why don't you believe that, big baby?
Hey, Savage, what's going on?
Man, don't read the comments.
I gotta read comments, bruh.
Tell me what you think. Why Steph wouldn't make it to the finals with that roster now? Don't do that, brother.
First and foremost, that whole roster was a defensive roster. It was all
That's right.
It was all defensive predicated.
But they had the sixth man of the year. Wait, they had the sixth man of the year, Aaron McKee.
Right. But that whole, even Aaron McKee was more of a defense. If you look at that whole roster, ain't nobody scored more than 25 other than AI.
But wait, the league was different at the time.
Right. And the way that Steph, when Steph came out and started playing, he was already fragile.
You right. He did this. He battled a lot of injuries. But what about this though? When AI hit 30, AI was already past the wall. When Steph hit 30, he gotten better and was still in his prime.
No, the thing is the league. By the time Steph got to 30, the league was already soft like continental tissue.
Wait a minute. You said that roster wasn't that good? They was fifth in points, and they was ranked 15th in defense. No, they was fifth in defense
and ranked 15th in points.
That's pretty good.
I know.
Every team that went to the NBA Finals was at least top 20 in offensive and defensive. Every team that went to the finals the last 30 years.
Okay, watch this. Being top 20, that's cool. But actually winning it is more or less top 5, top 10.
Okay. Well, what about this though? They had Raja Bell. They had a young Raja Bell. They had Rodney Buford. They had Tyrone Hill. They had Tony Kukoc, George Lynch, Anthony Miller. They had Dikembe Mutombo, a Hall of Famer.
More defensive.
Eric Snow, Anthony Miller, Vernon Maxwell. Vernon Maxwell.
All defensive people. Go ahead.
They had Jermaine Jones and George Lynch and Ty McCullough.
All defensive people.
You realize they beat T-Mac in his prime and Vince Carter in their prime in the final in the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
T-Mac was not even in his prime yet. T-Mac had just came out. How was he in his prime?
Vince Carter was in his prime though.
Vince, yes. T-Mac wasn't even there yet.
But they had Vince in his prime. Vince was supposed to be the next coming of Michael Jordan, allegedly. I don't believe that.
Hold on. In terms of, if you want to sit there and talk about, in terms of his aerial assault, yes.
And guess what? They beat the hell out. They beat the Bucks in 5 games. Right? They beat the Bucks in 5 games, bro.
Right.
Let that sink in.
Okay, cool.
And they had prime Ray Allen. Ray Allen was in his prime. Don't do that.
Right.
They had prime Ray Allen in that Buck squad. They had Rayford Austin, Skip the Malou.
That's the same person.
Yeah, that's the nickname. But I know they had Michael Redd. Michael Redd was a good player coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And they had Sam Cassell. You know about Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell was a solid NBA player. Don't do that.
But he was already cooked.
They had Glenn Robinson. Glenn Robinson was a solid player.
He was, but Cassell was already cooked.
They had Tim Thomas was a solid player.
He was up and coming, yep.
They had a young Darvin Ham. He was defensive minded. And they had Jerome Kersey. Jerome Kersey was solid now.
Jerome Kersey's another player that was cooked.
And they had Jason Hart.
Okay. I forgot who the fuck that is.
He was a nobody, but
yeah.
Anyways, they had a prime Ray Allen though. This is a prime Ray Allen. How many points Ray Allen had? You said what?
You gotta remember when AI was playing, and that's the year AI was actually leading the league in scoring that year, and became MVP that year. So
Ray Allen that year averaged
24.
Ray Allen averaged 22 points a game.
I was close.
And he shot 43% from three and shot 6 threes a game.
I know.
And so this man was a fucking monster. And his free throw percentage was like 87 and 88, 87, 88.
His percentage all time is like 88, 89. Yeah, I know. Trust me.
You're right. And he shot 53% from the field. 50.
Come on now. I told you, I'm knowledgeable of the game, bro.
You're right. You know your shit. I'm gonna catch you slipping tonight, though. Okay. Who you think better in their prime, Clay or Ray Allen, though?
Clay was. I could say Ray was because Clay didn't have to lead the team. Clay never had that responsibility of leading the team.
And Ray Allen did. That was Paul Pierce's team. You know that, though, right?
No. Hold on. I wasn't talking about when he was in Boston. I'm talking about, you said prime Ray Allen.
Prime Ray. I'm talking about the Bucks. Actually, Ray was at his apex with the Supersonics. Apex.
Thank you.
And the Celtics, he was still good too.
He was on a decline when he got to Boston.
No, he wasn't on that decline. Ray was. How many points Ray averaged that year? How many points Ray averaged? He was in Boston for 4 years. His first year in Boston, 17 points a game, but his role changed. Because the year before, he just averaged 26 points a game. The year before.
I know that. I'm just saying, he was on a decline. That's what I'm saying.
But his role changed because you got two other Hall of Famers and a young Rondo.
Rondo wasn't the factor. It was more the fact that he had to acquiesce to freaking Paul Pierce and KG.
But KG was the centerpiece of that team. Though. KG was the dog on that team, and Paul Pierce. Ray Allen was the afterthought, though.
I wouldn't even. I have to sit there and say that if it wasn't for KG, Paul Pierce wouldn't even have that ring.
I don't believe that.
That's a fact.
The truth has got that ring. If they would have won the second time, KG would have won Finals MVP because they did a good job.
And he won Finals MVP on that one.
No, Paul Pierce won first Finals MVP.
I'm gonna look it up.
I got it. How you gonna have the fuck camera on looking at the ceiling?
Easy. Phone looking at the ceiling.
Let me be on you. Now, Paul Pierce won that Finals MVP in 08.
Yeah, he won an MVP, but like I said, Paul Pierce wasn't playing no defense in which that KG sat there and got his ass to play.
Oh, really?
KG was the better player anyway.
So you say KG is better than Paul Pierce?
Absolutely.
KG or Anthony Davis, then who you going with?
I'm still going with Garnett. KG got the one thing that AD don't got.
What? Their durability?
That's one.
Street clothes Davis?
Like I said, KG is more durable than Anthony Davis. He's a better defensive player than Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sit there and emphasize the word and. KG can sit there and actually lead a team, and he's been a regular season MVP, something that AD has never done.
But you know MVP based on the team too, how well your team play as well. Now
that's not necessarily true either.
Nobody won an MVP less than the 6th seed.
Right, and you know why that came about?
Why?
The only reason why the 6th seed person of the 6th seed won the MVP, that was because of Westbrook. That was the only reason why.
Yeah, he had a triple double, but KD could have won MVP. But KD could have won it that year still because they were putting up hella numbers that year.
Yeah, watch this. You said 6th seed, right?
Yeah,
cool. The only 6th seed person that sat there and won the MVP was Russell Westbrook. That's because of historical numbers.
I think Jokic too. A few years ago, like 2002,
he was like a second or third seed in the West.
Okay, the fan wanted LaMelo in the All-Star game, the leg guards and votes. How is he not a reserve? What's your thoughts on that, LaMelo?
There's some other players that got snubbed too.
Yeah, a lot of people got snubbed this year. They even had
Kyrie.
They had Lane Dollar as a goddamn in the All-Star.
He had to be in the All-Star game.
So Damian Lillard Lane Dollar had a better career this year than LaMelo Ball. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Oh my fucking goodness! I'm not talking about past. I'm talking about now, big baby.
I'm talking about this year.
So Damian Lillard had a better year than LaMelo Ball.
Absolutely. Look at the record of the team.
What? You just said don't worry about the team.
No, I said don't. I said you said his past. I didn't say nothing about his past. I said look at the team record this year. I'm talking about this season.
I don't think. I mean, I know the Bobcat. I mean, not the Bobcats. The Hornets is terrible this year, but I feel like Melo deserves to be on there.
I would agree. Now the thing is you're gonna sit there and try to put him over Dame, knowing that the Bucks is knowing that the Bucks is at a top 3 team.
I mean, that may be the I mean, the Bulls are doing well this year, but I mean they're in the Eastern Conference now. The Eastern Conference.
You're talking about the same conference in which that you're talking about with LaMelo Ball.
They have a better team. Yeah, but the Bucks have a better team than LaMelo.
We know that. I've been knew that. That's because MJ tanked the whole goddamn team.
Well, he's the worst GM ever of all time.
No,
do you feel like
it's not even a hit? No. He's not even the worst GM. He's the worst owner. There's a difference.
He was both before.
No, like GM, he's worse. He's more worse off as an owner than he is a GM.
So we're doing everything. He should have had somebody else oversee it. Do you feel like Trae Young get the respect he deserves to being an undersized guard?
Right now, that's a player who got snubbed out the damn All-Star game. Now he deserved to be there. I don't give a damn about none of that. He deserved to be there.
Do you feel like Trae Young could be something like Steph Curry, or he's not going to live up to the hype because he had a lot of hype coming out of Oklahoma?
He can do it. It's just that he needs at least he needs at least a better player on this team to actually to play. But everybody else is just looking at him to score. Granted, the Hawks are in 9th place in the standings. They're a bubble team. I mean, they're a bubble team. Meaning a goddamn player that little playoff shit, bubble shit.
I mean, they did go to the Eastern Conference Finals a few years ago, but that was a farce.
Yeah, that was a super farce because a lot of injuries definitely played a factor.
I mean,
a lot of injuries.
Now, Marshawn Lynch said on the Seahawks decision to pass the ball on the 1-yard line, he said that was the dumbest call in football history. You agree or disagree?
1,000% agree. And I'm going to sit there and explain why.
Go ahead, break it down for us. Break it down. Hold on, let me get my charger right quick. Let me get my charger right there.
Savage, what up, Savage? I see you. We're definitely going to sit there.
I'm back. I'm in this bitch.
Number one reason why. Shit. Matter of fact, the only reason why.
Yeah.
First of all, the only reason why that was the dumbest shit in the world is because, one, the league did not want to sit there and let Marshawn Lynch be a damn Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. We need facts.
That is a fact. That
is a conspiracy theory.
No, that's not true. No, that's a fact. stats prove what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson blew that game on purpose just so Marshawn Lynch wouldn't do it?
Exactly the point. They wanted Wilson. Watch this. They wanted Wilson to be the MVP of the Super Bowl, in which that he wasn't MVP, even though he wasn't the MVP of the Super Bowl that he won before in the first place. They wanted him to be the Super Bowl MVP, but it wouldn't have been that way due to the fact that Marshawn Lynch was actually leading the team down the field to actually win the damn game. So it's not a conspiracy. These are legitimate facts. And the league did not want to sit there and have Marshawn Lynch speaking the way that he was speaking due to the fact that all he kept on saying is, I'm only here I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's exactly what he said that whole week during that press conference. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
How do you feel about when AI said, y'all talking about practice? The game I put my life for? Practice?
I agree with AI too.
Do you feel like AI was uncoachable though?
No, he wasn't uncoachable. AI was misunderstood. It's just that if he was uncoachable, that means he would have never won MVP.
I mean, he was just that motherfucking talented too. Now, AI was a dog for undersized guard, bro.
Yeah. Now it took Larry Brown to sit there and to get it to his head so he can actually win an MVP and get to the final.
And he also was cussing people out on the team and cussing Larry Brown out and showing up late to practice as well with his entourage. And what about the fight he had in Virginia? That could have cost his career and could have went to prison forever with the brawl in the bowling brawl.
He could have went to jail long before he even got drafted. Long before he even went to college.
Before that,
he got caught up in a situation where he was about to lose out on two opportunities. He was actually a great football player and a basketball player. And they was like, yo, you got to sit there and get the hell out. And you got to pick one. That shit is definitely documented. Like he lost his football opportunity, so he wound up going to Georgetown to play basketball.
Yeah, for David Thompson.
You mean John Thompson?
John Thompson, yeah. Now Patrick Mahomes is joining the list of people who won a three-peat since 1970. These are the teams: the Los Angeles Lakers, 2000 and 2002, Shaq and Kobe. The only two co-superstars. One of the first two co-superstars. New York Yankees from 98 to 2000. The Houston Comets from 1997 to 2000. The WNBA. We're going to talk about that too soon. Chicago Bulls from 91 to 93, 96, 98. The New York Islanders were the three-peat. The Montreal Canadiens from 76 to 79. The Oakland Athletics 72 to 74. He's part of that list, though.
You also forgot a whole nother goddamn shit too.
What?
You forgot about the Boston Celtics. They actually, you forgot the Celtics because they did an 8-peat.
When was this?
Yes, back in that 60s. Yes.
Okay.
They did it from 57 to like 6. They did it from 57 to 65. Yeah, you did.
Okay. Come on, Bill Russell was coaching?
When Bill Russell was playing.
Because I know he coached that team.
He coached his last 2 seasons of his career and won titles. Yes.
Okay. What you think about this? The Super Bowl average ticket now is $7,000 and $352. $7,352.
Yeah, that's for the nosebleed section. Yeah, I know.
Would you pay that money if you had it, or would you do it?
For what? Hell no. Absolutely not. I would not pay that. I'm not paying all that money just to fly out for all that hysteria.
Yeah, that's
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that shit is pandemonium, bro. That shit will be straight pandemonium out there.
I'd rather sit there and go to a WrestleMania event and watch that.
Yeah, that probably be definitely more fun. Now Isaiah Thomas dropped 40 points in the G League. Do you think he gonna go back to the NBA?
You mean that little 5'9" Isaiah Thomas?
Mighty Mouse, who was fifth in MVP voting. Isaiah Thomas was fifth in MVP vote too. Is he better than Clay? No. Answer that question first.
Hold on. If you're talking about individually, and you could say yeah,
don't let me choke your ass when I see you next time.
Hold on. For that season, yeah.
To go out and choke the shit out of you. Don't you disrespect Clay like that. Oh my God.
Hold on.
He had one good year.
I said for that one season, that was
better than Klay Thompson that year.
That 1 year, he had a better year than Thompson.
Clay broke so many records. The man dropped like 60 points in the quarter or some shit.
That was 37. I know.
37 in the quarter or some shit, and only didn't dribble the ball but 2 or 3 times.
I'm talking about what I know what you're talking about.
That was against the Sacramento Kings.
No, but you're also talking about the game where he scored 52 against the Bulls and he only dribbled the ball 14 times. I know. He only had.
Okay then.
He only, like I said, the difference is between a player like Isaiah Thomas for that one season in comparison to Klay Thompson is that Celtic team didn't have no major shooters.
The Celtics team didn't have a goddamn superstar, and Isaiah Thomas ain't a superstar.
I agree. In that game, and like I said, and Clay always had at least 1 to 2 other superstars.
I mean, he had Steph, the Splash Brothers. Draymond Green is an offensive liability, and we know this.
Right. Notice I said he always had 1 or 2 superstars.
Patrick Mahomes only had 2 quarterbacks that beat him: Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. Do you think they're better than him?
Joe Burrow. I don't know why Joe Burrow in this conversation.
He beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs in 2021. Yeah,
I know, but the thing is, I mean, with Joe Burrow is nothing but a shell of himself now.
He had actually a good season. The team didn't do well.
No.
He threw 40 touchdowns.
The reason why I say he's a shell of himself is because one, he could have had more. It's just that he was hurt. He was hurt. He's a shell of himself. He's a shell of himself not just because of the health reasons, but offensive line reasons. He has the worst offensive line in the league.
Okay.
He you know what it reminds,